Yes, sir. Welcome back to Dimers TV as we continue with our team preview series. This time we will be talking about the Washington Wizards. Okay, so the last time we checked, the Wizards had a 34 and 38 record. That was good for 8th in the Eastern Conference. As for their team stats, they averaged 116.6 points per game. That was very, very good. That was third in the league. As for their rebounding, they averaged 45.2 rebounds per game. That was also pretty impressive. That was eighth in the league. Now, as for their assists, they averaged 25.5 assists per game. That was 13th in the league. And then as for their points allowed, this is where the problem came in. They gave up a whopping 120.2 points per game, and that was dead last in the league. As for their key returning players, let's start off with Bradley Beal. Of course, one of the controversial players right now because of the vaccination issues. But when it comes to his stats, this guy is a stud. Averaged 31.3 points per game, 4.7 boards, 4.4 dimes, and 1.2 steals per game with a PER of 22.81. And then their next key returning player is their former lottery pick, Rui Hachimura. Hachimura had pretty decent numbers with 13.8 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 1.4 dimes, zero point 0.8 steals, and a PR of 11.45. And their last key returning player is Denny Avdija, or Avdia as they pronounce it. Denny kind of struggled in his rookie season. He only averaged 6.3 points per game, 4.9 boards, and 1.2 dimes. With 0.6 steals per game and a very, very poor PER of 7.61. He also ended the season with an injury. So this time, we're expecting Avdia, after the rookie season to, play better here in the sophomore year. As for their rookies, so they got two rookies, one in the mid first round and in the early second round. So we have Gonzaga's Corey Kispert. He is their first round pick. And then they also got in the second round Isaiah Todd, the G League Ignite player. So they're hoping that these two guys will be able to contribute to their team. Corey Kispert brings a lot of shooting, while Isaiah Todd brings a lot of length and also versatility. Now let's go to their depth chart. As for their depth chart, so they acquired Spencer Dinwiddie from the Nets. He will be their starting point guard. We all know that they also traded away Russell Westbrook, and that's the reason why they got a lot of these former Lakers on their team. Of course, at two guard, they still have Bradley Beal. He is their main guy. And then at three, it will be Kyle Kuzma, the former Laker, who will be starting at three. And then at four, we have Rui Hachimura. And then at center, we have Daniel Gafford. Now, coming off the bench, so they also acquired former Pacer Aaron Holiday. He will be their expected backup point guard. And then backup two guard will be KCP, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, the former Laker. And then Denny Avdia will be coming off the bench as their backup small forward. They still have Davis Bertans and Trez Harrell. And then to round up the lineup, these are the other guys that they have. They still have Raul Neto, their two rookies, Corey Kispert, and also Isaiah Todd. And then they also have center Jay Huff and second round pick Cassius Winston. Second round pick last year, by the way. So as for the thoughts and predictions on the Washington Wizards, these are the thoughts and predictions courtesy of the Dimers TV team. Let's start off with Joseph Alfonso, who, by the way, will be covering the episode on the Warriors tomorrow. The 8th seed He sees the Wizards as the eighth seed. KCP, Kuz, and Trez will help a lot. Also, hoping for Rui and Denny to be healthy. And oh, he said this in Filipino, utilize si Harold, meaning they have to utilize Harold better. Okay, and then for Sir Johnmer, one of the most interesting and underrated lineups in the league. Either they have a super season or end up being a bottom tier team. Who should have an all-star season? Wow, those are big words coming from Sir Johnmer. And then as for Jonas, he looks at the Wizards, or he sees the Wizards as a play-in or a possible playoff team. The team looks good and will compete night in and night out. As for me, this is now the time for Kuz to show what he can really do. And then Denny and Rui are finally free. As for their win total or projected win total, we expect the Wizards to have 36 wins this season. Okay, so that is it for our episode on the Washington Wizards. Again, thank you to all Dimers for supporting our podcast and Vodcast. Uh, Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit on the notification bell so that you will be updated on all our latest videos. Feel free to also to like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And with that, again, we will see you on the next episode of our team preview series. This is Jay Dime saying keep safe, everyone.